speaker is our very own Ruby Gunna, and she is providing her last speech in team collaboration, and she gave me the title of the speech,
Down Memory Lane.
Down Memory Lane. It's a great return to and review of what goes on. Her evaluator is Lisa Branch. Lisa, if you would provide us an overview, please.
Hi everyone, I will be evaluating Ruby's final speech of this pathway. I'm really excited to hear it. It is a different speech. It's going to be 10 to 12 minutes. And the purpose of this project is for the member to reflect on her growth during the completion of an entire pathway. And this will include progress made, skills learned and developed, as well as a celebration of achievement. And one of the things that I'll be looking specifically, Ruby asked me how engaging is her speech and her use of storytelling. So that's what I'll be focusing a lot of my evaluation on. As Marcy mentioned, her speech title is Down Memory Lane.
Ruby Gunna, Down Memory Lane, Down Memory Lane, Ruby Gunna.
Hello Toastmasters. I've had the opportunity to work with different teams during the last 2 years. Many of you may not know this, but this is the last speech in a number of speeches in my second pathway called team collaboration. You're going to notice a common theme between what Aditya spoke just before me and in my speech today. Let me take you back to the year 2020-2021. During this year, I served as an area director for Area F26. It was during this time that I developed a really keen sense for working as a pod. Yes, pod, P-O-D. Now, what is a pod? A pod is a small team of individuals who are working towards similar objectives and supporting each other unconditionally in achieving that goal. Does that sound similar to what Aditya had? Yeah, you're going to see more of that in my speech. Since then, I have initiated and been invited to several pods. My time today will be spent on complimenting those leaders who have walked with me as I take a trip down the memory lane, reminiscing the pods that I was a member of. Now, the first pod I want to introduce is the former executive team. Members of the former executive team, if you're in the audience, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're here to listen to this speech. When I was first asked to be the president for this club by Marcy, I was shocked. But then she told me I would be co-presidents and we would be serving the year together. I was even more shocked because this had never been done in the history of our club since 40 years, since its inception. And so I was a little bit hesitant to get on, but then, as you know, as persuasive as Marcy can be, we got on to this year and started our year on a kind of a slow note. There was this peak of COVID time. Members were getting disengaged from the online environment. Our numbers were dropping not only in membership, but also in the number of people who attended our meetings. This was just the tip of the iceberg. We had several challenges that we needed to overcome. But then I am really fortunate that year, not just me and Marcy, but we had a really strong executive team operating as a pod. And together in our club success plan, we came up with initiatives and how we are going to execute us to bring back that life, that energy in our club meetings. And I have to say, one member particularly who was new, you know who you are, gave their all in just branding and pushing our club at each and every venue that was possible within Fluor. Because at that point, unlike today, the engagement from Fluor contractors and employees was less. It was more of non-Fluor people joining the meetings. So we had started to become irrelevant in the sense that what was created as a professional development opportunity for Fluor employees as something they could harness had become something that was also creating a kind of friction because of the COVID environment and the digital overload that we were looking into. But coming back, going beyond the challenges and coming back to talking about my pod. So my pod consisted of all the executives, Shelley, Marcy, Richard, Arogo, Lisa. And what did we do together is come up with initiatives. So Marcy and I started a few initiatives with the proper support and feedback included from our executive team. We ran competitions like Roll and Win, which was to encourage people to participate in more competitions. Most importantly, we addressed that there was an issue with new members onboarding and not getting the support they needed to start their projects right away. So from there was born the team mentorship model. Now, you have heard me talk about this over and over again, but that speech was a different speech. This speech is about my pod that helped me create. So I have to say that oftentimes I have been given credit for a lot of things, and I want to step back and put that credit back to the people who were behind me. Okay, I did chase and follow up and ask and request and chase and follow again, help from people. So I want to talk about the silent people in the pod who don't get mentioned often. Shelley Warner, who has been one of the SMEs helping with essay writing, was one of the people that I approached. And this is the member of a silent pod, because I, at that point, did not feel confident enough to coach and mentor my mentee, Richard, for speech writing. This was because I simply lacked the confidence that came with being a multiple-time contest winner. I doubted myself. I want to give the best in speech writing advice to my mentee, Richard. So I don't feel confident doing that. Maybe I'll ask somebody else. And maybe this was also an opportunity to understand and realize that I don't have to do everything by myself. Friends, I want to encourage you that you will come at this point again and again in your Toastmasters journey. You have a lot of things that you can do. Yes, you absolutely can do it. But should you do it? Or should you find someone who has maybe the spark enough and the creativity and just about the confidence that if you would ask and approach them, they would take it as an opportunity to learn and grow, to develop that skill. I think this was one of the first things that I learned in my past year during this pathway team collaboration. So my pod had actively visible people who got all the accolades, but also silent people, several members behind the screens. But this pod, the several pods that had helped me during my presidentship, co-presidentship with Marcy, I have to tell you, they are the reason that our club is stronger today and even more doing far better in this year. The accolades goes to not me, but all the people who helped me and were a member of my pod. I want to take you to the second pod. Consider this, if you are just in a club and participating in your club, you're a frog in a well. Hey frog, step outside that well and there's a world beyond. Yep, Arogo, I see you smiling. You know what I'm talking about. So this frog stepped outside her comfort zone and I joined an advanced club, which was in Lethbridge, technically, but online, operating online, called Dynamically Speaking. And the reason that I did that was I was pursuing a Distinguished Toastmasters designation, and I wanted to work with other members who were working towards that goal. So when this frog jumped from here to there, I had an opportunity to moderate a panel, and I came into contact with one of the best mentors I've had in my Toastmasters so far, Ron McTavish. Some of you may know about him, some of you may have heard about him. So by stepping outside and getting another opportunity, I started a project which was to moderate a panel and teach people how to get your DTM. So now this pod consists of members entirely from that club and different clubs that the people that I had come across in my area director position or other positions in Toastmasters. So what just happened? I had a home club pod. I had several home club pods, several pods in my home club. I had this frog jump from this well to another well. Maybe not well, maybe it was a lake. Frogs survive in lakes. But there, I thrived and I got in touch with more people who wanted to get a DTM, and I organized a panel session for them. So all these things that I'm saying, where am I going with this is that here, whatever I did was because I had help. And when I crossed that border and broadened my horizon to stretch what I could do, what I was able to do, not only did I succeed myself, but I also helped other people succeed. Because the people who took How to Get Your DTM moderating panel program that I conducted went on to form another pod by themselves. This is a group of people who had accountability, who met every month later on to see how they were doing on their path to DTM. Somebody was an area director, somebody had just started their journey as an executive, and so on. So what happened there? The power of pod persists. There are a lot of opportunities we have in our club, at the club level, at the area level, at the district level. But you can choose a level of comfort that you are happy contributing. Opportunities will come across you just like Aditya was asked. So I would say just pick the ones that you feel comfortable taking on and just harness the power of the pods around you. Because I strongly believe when a group of similar-minded people get together, they can move mountains. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Ruby. And Ruby, we will be getting these to you. This is her finishing her level 5. It's team collaboration proficiency and her pin for that. Congratulations, Ruby. And previously, I don't believe we got it, but at the beginning of this year, Ruby completed the Pathways Mentor Program. So Ruby, you will be getting your Pathways Mentor ribbon and your pin.